Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway. Listen to the Broadway Beat. Broadway makes you want to move your feet. Everybody's tapping into everything that's happening on Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat.
On November 9th, the Broadway Theatre played host to 2 performances of a Stephen Sondheim, James Lapine hit musical, Into the Woods. Performed in concert, this 10th anniversary gala benefited Friends Indeed and God's Lovely Deliver, and featured members of the original Broadway cast, including Joanna Gleason, Chip Zien, and Bernadette Peters.
You mustn't swerve, you mustn't follow. You have to when you know your wish, if you want your wish, you can have your wish, but you can't just wish to get your wish. You go into the woods, where nothing's clear, where witches, ghosts, and wolves appear. Into the woods and through the fear, you have to take the journey. Into the woods and down the valley, perhaps by who can tell. Into the woods to lift the spell. Into the woods to lose the longing. Into the woods to have the child. To wed the prince. To get the money. To save the house. To kill the wolf. To find the father. Conquer the kingdom. To have, to wed, to get, to save, to kill, to get, to go to the festival. Into the woods. Into the woods. Into the woods and out of the woods. To be continued. And happy ever.
I remember we were all mic'd, as you know, and one night when I was travelling off dead with my mouth open and staring, travelling off on the moving belt off stage, when I got off stage, I said, "Oh me, oh my, oh well." And I suddenly 3 stage managers leapt on me and said, "Your mic is still open." And I looked back and everybody on stage was looking up in the air. So it looked as if Jack's mother had gone to heaven and was struggling. Say, "Oh me, oh my, oh well."
Ray, 10 years ago I didn't need to do that, but what? Rich, how are you?
How you doing?
You look exactly the same.
Say thank you. Well, so do you.
We've been saying that to everybody here, but we're basically, we're lying. We're all lying to each other.
Well, you just mentioned 10 years. What has it been like coming back this week, revisiting this material?
You know what? It seems like about 5 minutes. It seems like the material came back really easily. I feel like we never left. I'm getting a sore throat already, like I always did. Now everybody seems, the thing is, like Ben Wright looks like, looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but other than that, things have stayed pretty much the same.
What are your memories of the original production?
Oh gosh, it's sort of, for me, it was basically the cornerstone of my career. So I remember being in San Diego and Stephen Sondheim brought in No More, the song No More, and we were sitting in this very dark brick room somewhere in the Old Globe, at the Old Globe Theatre, and he sang this song loudly at the top of his lungs, and everybody started to cry, and then we drove home, and Joanna gave me a ride back to the hotel where we were staying, and she was mad because she wasn't in the song. She was furious of me, and she didn't get to sing this beautiful song. But when we got to New York, then she did.
All the witches, all the curses, all the wolves, all the lies, the false hopes, the goodbyes, the reverses. Although wondering what even worse is still in store.
You were a kid when you started.
Yeah, I was 18 when I started. I'm 28 now and been married for 4.5 years, but the production was great. It was very magical when it was all happening. I was so young, I didn't know what the heck was going on. Paul, I'd ask you not to say anything. No. But nothing but good memories. We had a fantastic time, and it was just a defining moment in my career, I think. So it's good to be back. It's real good to be back.
Don't care, and suddenly there's a big, tall, terrible giant at the door. A big, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor.
Oh, I have so many memories. I did it from the very beginning, from the first workshop. I just have it was such formative years for me. So I have just great memories of it being, my childhood. It was my social world. It was my whole world, and I just had a wonderful time learning from everyone around me, working with such experienced actors, and learning what acting is all about from actually working in the professional world as opposed to going to school back then. That's what I think I remember the most about it, was just all that I learned and the memories of having the friends that I've made.
The sun won't set for hours. Take your time.
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled.
But slow, little girl. Hark and hush. The birds are singing sweetly. You'll miss the birds completely. You're traveling so fleetly.
The show embraces such reality in that there are bad things out there in the world, but if we all stick together, there's a real sense of community that springs forth from it. And so it's a privilege to be part of a show with this kind of talent, and I get to sit next to Bernadette, so
It doesn't get any better than that.
No, exactly. That's the pinnacle of, when I was a kid, kind of dates me a little bit, but when she was like dancing on the Carol Burnett show, it was like my whole I think she like triggered all my hormones, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I have so much hair now.
Yeah, I started out as an understudy for Chuck and Bob, and actually Ben. And so since Bob couldn't make it, he's working on Denver, they asked me to come step in for Chuck, who's stepping in for Bob. So we're just kind of switching ranks. But it's great. It's like a college reunion with people you want to see.
You know nothing of madness till you're climbing her hair and you see her up there as you're nearing her, all the while nearing her. Agony, misery, although it's different for each. Always 10 steps behind, always 10 feet below, and she's just out of reach.
It's called Our Little World, and it was written after we opened. It was written for the London company of the show. Sondheim wrote it, I don't know why, but going into London. And it introduces Rapunzel and the witch and kind of the stasis before all the chaos happens. And it's a great song. It's beautiful. So I'm excited that I'm going to be able to do it.
Nothing to change her. She only would cut her